by those glory days. Yeah.
What you think? Like this one right here?
Hang on.
I can do it.
This is surreal. From Spalding Stearns Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. This is NEPSAC softball here on LSP. Today it's the Lawrence Academy Spartans with a record of 0-2 hosting Govs with a record of 0-4 in ISL action. Good afternoon, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story alongside Lawrence Academy AD Kevin Potter with the hedge trimmers here, getting rid of the second layer of the fence as we get ready for this game. I mean, it's one thing to have, I'm trying to come up with a metaphor so quickly. But anyways, both teams looking for their first win of the season, and hopefully, with some of these strings of metal out of the way, we'll have a little bit of a better view for this game. For the next softball broadcast we're going to do, which is going to be Winchendon, LA hosting Winchendon on May 3rd. We're going to try shooting down the first base line like we did down the third base line at baseball the other day and see how that looks. But for now, we're going to have two ISL teams in search of their first win with the Govs coming off a 10-9 loss in non-league action to Tilton in their last game, and now here on the road at LA. And we're going to get an early start, it looks like, as CJ Yonley fires the ball to first. We are ready for some softball. And Govs will lead it off with Addie J in center field, followed by Sadie Guerin at first. Angie Morose is in the circle. Dom Knowles in the left. Ryan DeLay is at short. Joe Delgazio is behind the plate. Alex Levine is the DP. Katie Roby's in right. And Joey Calderera is at second. The extra player not in the batting order is Maggie DeLay at third. First pitch is fouled off by Jay. Strike one. We're underway. First pitch at 12:54, 1 minute before we were scheduled to go live. And 6 minutes before the scheduled first pitch, but hey, it gives me more time to get up to Maine this weekend. And that'll be a little high for ball one, 1-1. Presley Boo in the circle for LA. Lost their season opener to St. Paul's. Took a loss last time out as well. And looking for their first win back at home. It's 2-1. On the outside corner, and Boo is even in the count, 2-2. Don't forget to vote in the poll. Fans of both teams, who you got, Govs or LA getting their first win today? Drop those votes in the chat. Laced over the head of the shortstop Gagnon into left field for a leadoff single for Addie J. So she's aboard to lead off the ball game for Govs. Say hello to the folks at home, Kevin. Give them a wave. Yeah. Live TV, gotta love it, right? Here's Sadie Guerin, the first baseman. Runner goes, throw down to second is not going to be nearly in time. That kicks into left center field, and taking third on the error is Jay. Runner at third all ready to start the ball game. I didn't even catch the call the pitch, but got at least one ball now. Stolen base and an error on Lawrence Academy. It'll be a little nubber down the third base line, foul. Didn't even start recording locally on my computer until just now because of the quick start. Well, backhand stab there by Yonley on that pitch in the dirt. Jay at third. Guerin ahead in the count. Takes the ball. It's a walk. Throw to the plate is not in time. So a walk and a run scores on the wild pitch. And Govs on top to start the ball game, 1-0. Here is Angie Morose, the pitcher, grounds this one up the middle for a base hit. Up to second goes Guerin. First and second, still nobody out. First three batters have reached for Govs. And here's the cleanup hitter, the left fielder, Dom Newell. Newell fouls that one straight back, strike one. And that is one advantage to having the second layer of fence. You know, if you got someone like me sitting directly behind home plate, and we just had a delay here because we're waiting for a pinch run. I guess it's a special pinch runner. So it's going to be Kat Johnson. They'll take over at first for the pitcher, Morose. I mean, sometimes you have the pitcher wear a jacket. Sometimes you get a pinch runner for them. They get on first. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-2. So Johnson at first. Pinch running for the pitcher, Morose. And Guerin at second. 2 strikes the count on Newell. Popped up and over the screen and out of play. Govs already on top, 1-0 here in the top of the first, and looking for more as both teams seeking their first win of the season. Boo with the 0-2 again, down the pipe for strike 3 called. 1 down here in the top of the first, and here's the shortstop, Ryan DeLay, senior, and a Skidmore commit for volleyball. Ryan's a senior. Her sister Maggie, who I mentioned is the third baseman, but not in the batting order, is a sophomore. 0-1 the count as Ryan was trying to bunt her way on, but fouled it off. And she offered at it. It'll be a strike. It'll be 0-2. In the left-handed batter's box, it feels more like a bunt for a hit situation, also with one out, than trying to just move the runners over. But that'll get out of play, and the count remains 0-2 to delay with the catcher, Joe Delgazio, on deck. Cloudy day here in Groton, but better than the rain that's coming in tomorrow. Back up the middle, diving stop, and they won't get the force at second. Throw home, and now the runners continue to advance. Heads up base running all around by Govs. It's an infield single for delay. Despite the best efforts of the diving stop by Gagnon, runner scores. Second and third now. 2-strike magic for Govs, and it is 2-0. And this will be pop fouling out a play by Delgazio for strike one. So delay's going to get an RBI, and then she'll advance to second on the throw as Moroz goes to third. Down low, 1-1 the count to Delgazio. Fouled off, and the count will be 1-2. Quite a change from the bunt that delay had in mind those first 2 strikes. And 2-strike piece of hitting, picks up an RBI. Now she's at second, Moroz at third. The 0-2, a little nubber down the third base line, but that'll be foul. 1-2 rather is the count. I mean, it's now been 3 straight batters that Boo has gotten to 2 strikes. Only able to put Newell away out of those. Delay with a single. What can she do here with Delgazio? Pop fouling into the screen. Great battles being put on here by the Govs batters. Here on the top of the first to try and wear down Boo and make her come to them. A swing and a miss. They have now. I thought you would have to tag her because didn't think the catcher Yanli had secured that one. Was in the dirt, but she'll just take the strikeout anyway. 2 down, and now here is Alex Levine, the DP for Govs. And that'll be in the dirt for ball 1. And you'd have to either tag or throw to first to complete the strikeout with first base open. But I don't know if you try to run it out. Obviously, just went to the dugout. I didn't see a signal from the umpire that the ball wasn't caught for the strikeout, but 3-0. So Levine, in an excellent hitter's count with 2 runners in scoring position here, trying to double Gov's lead with maybe 1 swing of the bat. Up and away for a 4-pitch walk. Umpire pointed with his right index finger. Made me think he was calling a strike there. We've been a little up and away for a strike. We just didn't take your base. So Levine walks, bases loaded, 2 out for Katie Roby, who takes ball 1 just outside at the knees. So 3 singles and 2 walks and a wild pitch. In this inning for Govs. 2-1. 2-1 the count to Roby, the 8th batter of the inning. Now in our last LA softball game, LA fell behind 3-0 in the top of the first to St. Paul's before getting 3 back in the bottom half. But then we know what happened from there. Maybe a little easier hill to climb if Boo can get out of this one with just the 2 runs allowed. But that'll be ball 4, and in to score from third on the walk is Moroz. It is 3-0. Roby picks up the ribby. And here is Joey Calderera, the second baseman. And that's taken down away for ball one. Base is still loaded with 2 outs. Now with Delay at third, Levine at second, Roby at first. Both outs by way of the K, by the way. 1-0 to Calderera, outside, 2-0. Ooh, runs up and in. It hit her. It hit her. That was the call. So it's a hit by pitch and another RBI. Teresa Ryan, not 41-0, sorry, 4-0. Teresa Ryan, I didn't look like it hit her. It obviously didn't hit her very hard, but so an RBI. Delay scores, and it is 4-0. And Ryan out to have a word with Presley Boo and CJ Yonley. Oh, the bill of her helmet? Okay, I was going to say, it didn't sound, it wasn't a very big sound, so I didn't think it hit like her shoulder or anything. But yeah, so it nicked the brim of her helmet was the call. So that's what allows Calderera to reach. And the lineup turns over for Addie J. Led off this game with a single, grounds this one to the left side and taking the easy force at third. Fielding it there is Glab for the out that retires the side, but 4 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, a hit batsman, and 3 left. After half an inning, Govs 4, LA coming up. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 per spot. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. Just got to remember that if I'll show it in just a second. Just got to remember that if I end up coming back behind the backstop for a future game, got to remember to put the camera right in this spot where. Yep. The fewer times you have to break out the hedge clippers, the better, right? No, I know, right? Oh, it does look much better, absolutely. Because remember what I told you. My ideal situation. Remember what I told you, Kevin. My ideal situation is to have the camera leaned up, peeking, through one of the diamonds. Maybe I can try that next time. But yeah, it obviously looks better. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of the double layer over towards first base, but I think. But that's not where the scoring happens. The scoring happens right in front of us. Well. Trying to make things easier for the consumer and the worker. I know. Yep. It continues. All right. So as Angie Morose steps into the circle for Govs, we'll give you the LA batting order. Ava Glab's going to lead it off at third base. Abby Moran is in center. C.J. Yonley's behind the plate. Jenna Gagnon is at short. Presley Boo is in the circle. Amber Banks is in left. Julia Shields is at first. Grace Walsh is at second. And Abby Webster is the DP. Maeve Hurley is in the field in right, and she is the flex player for this game. And we go to the bottom of the first as L.A. behind 4-0 before they take their first turn at bat, but here is Glab, and she takes strike one. My mouse. Swing and a miss at a pitch up at her eyes, and it is 0-2. Now, when you're down 4-0, you can be a little frustrated. You might just make up your mind that we're going to swing, but that runs too far inside, and the count will be 1-2. You got time. If you're LA to try and claw back at this thing, but Glab goes up the ladder and can't come up with it. 1 up, 1 down for the Spartans as Morose picks up her first strikeout. And here's Abby Moran, the center fielder. And Moran fouls it off for strike 1. On the outside corner for strike 2. Just high for ball 1, 1-2 to Moran. Waits on it, bloops it over to second base, but caught by the second baseman Calderera for out number 2. I don't know. Sometimes if you stay back on an off-speed pitch like that and you get a good sound off the bat, you think, oh, I might have a base hit or more, but just a pop up to second, unfortunately. You got underneath that just a bit too much. Now 0-1 to Yonley, who smacks this one into center field, but it's going to hang up long enough for a 1-2-3 inning as Jay makes the catch. 1 in the books, and Gov's still up 4-0. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming, taping, or announcing your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other live event. Rates start just $150 for live events. Also ask us about our services outside the world of sports and media, including deliveries, pet sitting and house sitting, various errands, video editing, document design, etc. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. And we go to the top of the second. 4 runs out of 10 batters in that top of the first for Govs, and now looking for more. A 1-2-3 inning for Angie Morose and Govs. After starting the season 0-4, off to a good start. They want to get their first win of the season here. It'll be Guerin, Morose, and Newell due up for Govs here in the top of the second. Thanks so much to Kevin Potter for breaking out the hedge clippers. Those aren't hedge clippers. Those got to be stronger than hedge clippers to cut that, right? Why not just break out a blowtorch? Everyone loves fire. More on that later. Boy, just like entering the game defensively, right? Ball finds you first. 0-1 the count to Guerin, who walked and scored her first time up. Oh, and 2. My sister is every year at Thanksgiving. Strike 3 called. Third strikeout already for Boo. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Sadie Guerin. And there is 1 down here in the top of the second. And now Morose singled her first time up. Also came around to score. She'll check her swing, and home plate umpire says she went around for strike 1. My sister every Thanksgiving makes a pumpkin pie brulee using a plumber's torch. And we'll, throw in, epic music with it, like, the 2001 theme, or start modifying the lyrics to the Trogdor the Burninator song, 1 and 2. 20-year-old Flash cartoon reference, kids. Respect your elders. I realize we now have a generation of kids who do not know the earliest memes. Get off my lawn. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down. See, one time there was this WrestleMan who answered real fan emails. Here is Dom Newell. She was the first strikeout victim of Presley Boo, and she takes low for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Oh, God. And we'll have time called. First the foul ball comes for me, then it comes for a home plate umpire. And I don't think we have an alternate. Up and away, 2-2. Fouled off. Well, we saw this throughout the first inning with, these foul offs by Govs, and helped them break through for 4 runs. But the first 2 batters going pretty quietly. Newell pops this one into center field, but a running catch by the second baseman, Walsh, drifting out there into shallow center for the out that retires the side, and a much-needed 1-2-3 inning for Boo and the Spartans defense, and through a buck and a half. Still 4-0, Govs. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our exclusive collection of merchandise, including the LSP hoodie, the Never Concede collection, and some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it. LSP37.creative-spring.com to order merch, and email samfeelypbp@gmail.com to order DVD and digital videos, copies of games. Videos copy, like attorneys general. I don't know. So we go to the bottom of the second. Boo throws a 1-2-3 top half, and after a 1-2-3 bottom of the first by the LA offense, they'll send the middle third of the order to the plate here with Gagnon, Boo, and Banks. Moreau's back out there for her second inning of work. Gagnon, clean up here on the shortstop as the corner infielder standing a little bit in here. And she laces this one into left field, and that will get down all the way to the fence for a base hit. Gagnon's on her way to second. She gets there standing with a double. Leadoff double for Jenna Gagnon in scoring position right away. And here is the pitcher, Presley Boo, trying to help her own cause. First hit of the ball game for LA, that leadoff double by Gagnon, and Boo will take up and away for ball 1. She'll sky this one down the right field line, and that will land foul out of the reach of the diving attempt by Roby to get the out. It's just a loud strike one. A timeout here. Conference in the circle right now. I don't know if this is just for time to let Roby. Well, Roby's back in right field. She appears to be fine, but there's something the matter with Morose is the question. Well, meeting's over without needing an umpire to come in. So 1-1 the count. And the pitch, grounded to the left side, fielded at third. Throw on to first is in time, and taking third on the play is Gagnon, and as Boo grounds out 5-3. One down, runner at third for Amber Banks, the LA left fielder. And Banks with a little tomahawk chop over to the right side, but fouled off for strike one. She'll pop this one foul and out of play, and the count will be 0-2. Let's see some real quick. Yeah, well, I mean, you'd have the layer of the fence down there, but that's where the play was that Roby almost made on that long strike for Boo. So, yeah. Up and away, and good job by Delgazio to make sure that didn't go to the backstop, but I'm not sure if would have been enough to allow Gagnon to score. A little nubber in front of the plate. Throw will go to first. She is safe. It's an infield single. Throw was not in time, and in to score is Gagnon. Gagnon held up before making a, is she out? Oh, no, she is out. She is out. My mistake. She hung around on first base for a while. I thought she was safe, but my mistake. But the run does score. So it's 2 out, strike one. My mistake, folks. I apologize. Like I said, Banks was staying on first for a while. I was looking for a signal from an umpire, but 1-1 the count. So it's just a ground out. Gagnon held up at third, waiting to see if she would have the window to score, and she eventually did. So RBI for Banks. And now 1-2 count to Julia Shields, the first baseman. So LA on the board after the leadoff double by Gagnon and a called third strike on Julia Shields, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We're through 2 complete, and it is 4-1 Govs. All right, down with the sound called LSP. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree LSP37. LSP37 also on Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, and Ko-Fi. I know this is going to sound weird, but looking for, the umpire to give a signal on that play where Banks grounded out and Gagnon scored. I don't know, it's just a cloudy and, gray enough day that, the darker tones of, I guess the grass and just trying to spot the ref and spot the ump or whatever. And But anyways, we got the right call. So 4-1 as we go to the top of the third, and Ryan DeLay will take ball one as that trickles to the backstop. DeLay with a RBI single her first time up. Also came around to score herself after Calderera was hit by a pitch. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left. Make that 4 runs, 4 hits for Govs as DeLay is on her way to second with a double. On the other way, too. Out of the reach of the third baseman, Glab. And she is in scoring position to begin the ball game. Begin the inning, rather. Yeah. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm sorry, folks. That's a ball. It gets away from the catcher, Yonley, and up to third on the passed ball goes DeLay. One and 0 the count to Joe Delgazio. Struck out swinging her first time up. She smacks that one the other way for a base hit. In to score is DeLay, and Delgazio picks up a ribby. It is 5-1. Couple of hard hit balls back to back going the other way each time. Delgazio at first. Here is Levine. She hits this one up the middle for a base hit. That'll look real good on the spray chart as Delgazio stumbles coming home, but she scores anyways. A double for Levine. Delgazio scores, and it is 6-1. Here is Katie Roby looking to be Katie Ribby again. No, she lines this one to third for out number 1. Had a Ribby with a walk her first time up. Well, can you imagine? You had the RBI on the walk your first time up. Also had a phenomenal play in right field in foul territory last half inning. It was a screamer again the other way. Would have brought home Levine, but here is Calderera, hit by a pitch for an RBI her first time up. Fouls that one off. 1-1 the count. 3 straight hits to begin the inning. Double by DeLay, single by Delgazio, double by Levine. And that'll be up and away for ball 2. 2-1. Calderera will get her first hit of the ballgame. Everybody's been on base today for Govs, as that is low. 3-1. Except for their cleanup hitter, Dom Newell, the one you want to get the player in the batting order, the spot in the batting order you want to get on base and drive home runs, too. See if her third time will be a charm. That'll be ball 4. First and second, 1 out. Double play in order, though, for LA, as Calderera has now been on base twice without the aid of a hit. No official at bat, but anything to bump up the OBP, right? All right, lineup turns over. Addie J for the third time in as many innings. Takes outside for ball 1. Jay singled and scored and in the first, and then also ended the first by grounding into a fielder's choice. She smacks this one down the third base line in basically the same spot as the way she got out last time, and diving to stop the ball and slap the bag for the out is Glab. Second verse, same as the first. Well, third verse, same as the second, I guess, but bounces to the plate for ball 1, throw to third, and up to second and third now go Jay and Calderera. It's ball 1 to Sadie Guerin. That's in the dirt, but no advance, and it is ball 2. Guerin walked and scored. Fouled straight back. Walked scored in the first, struck out looking in the second. This is driven deep to left down the line, and it is a fair ball. 2-run score. It's a double for Guerin. Just inside the left field line. 8-1. Guerin picks up her first hit of the game, and that'll be low in the dirt for ball 1, but it rolls in front of the plate, and Yonley able to track Guerin out there at second. Morose, 1 for 2. Single, a run scored, and a strikeout, and she's ahead 2-0. Up and away, full count, 3-0 to Morose with Newell on deck. This is grounded up the middle. Oh, did that take a hop off of Boo? Right to Gagnon, who throws it away. Run's gonna score. Took a wicked hop. That hit off of Boo? Yeah, she's favoring her shin. Took a wicked hop in the circle. I was trying to think, did it hit the rubber? Did it hit a divot in the dirt? Did it hit Boo herself? Well, Boo, you could see, well, she didn't seem to be too roughed up from it, but you could tell she was favoring her shin. Coach Ryan's asked for her to get a couple of warm-up tosses to make sure. So, Morose is going to get a single, and then it's an E6 that will allow Guerin to score. No RBI. And Boo's ready to go. And once again, it's going to be Johnson pinch running at second for Morose as Newell fouls this one off for strike 1. 5 runs now here in the top of the third for Govs. It's now 9-1. 0-1 the count to Newell, trying to race her 0 for 2. Struck out looking the first, pop up to second. In the second, grounds this one up the middle, past the diving Gagnon, into center field for a base hit. Here comes Johnson. They score, and it is 10-1. Newell with the hit and the ribby. Every Govs batter has reached base at least once. Now this is down the left field line into foul territory and out of play for strike 1. Ryan DeLay behind the count, 0-1. That goes to the backstop. Up to second goes Newell. 1-1. Smack down the left field line, but that's going to land foul, and the count will be 1-2. You know, for all the hard hit balls Govs has been hitting the other way. It's almost disappointing when they land foul. I'm staying back and driving them the other way, and got a lot more space to work with usually in that regard. As a base runner, infield isn't exactly shifted to the right here for delay, but for batters who do see the shift, or as much as you can shift depending on your level of baseball or softball now. Obviously, we've seen it at the professional, the changes at the professional level, but there's that much more room to work with if you can go the other way and make the other teams reconsider how they pitch you or how they play you in the field. I remember Adrian Gonzalez, even with his time in the Red Sox, even though he didn't hit, the however many home runs Theo and company projected he would hit at Fenway, as that is in there. No, it's a ball. Wow. Okay, full count. Adrian Gonzalez may have not hit all the home runs Theo and company projected he would at Fenway, but he was always, throughout his career, one of the best at going the other way, despite being one of the most heavily shifted players in baseball, as that'll be a called third strike. Delay goes down, and the side is retired. But 6 more runs for Govs on 6 hits. There was 1 Lawrence error, and there's 1 runner left. We are through 2.5, and it's 10-1 Govs. LSP's next broadcast is a rare Monday primetime high school baseball game. We'll be at Tufts University for the Medford Mustangs taking on the Somerville Highlanders in MIAA baseball action. Watch the game live at the LSP YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and watch live and on demand. This ain't the 100 innings, that's for sure. So for the second time, Gov sends 10 to the plate. This time 6 score. And it will be 8-9-1 due up for LA. Walsh, Webster, and Glab. Actually, I just realized it. It's only the third, not the fourth. Bottom of the third. Grace Walsh to lead things off. And she takes ball 1. 10 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 4 left. For Govs, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors. None left for LA, but that'll change right here as Walsh picks up a leadoff single. Second straight inning that LA's gotten the leadoff batter aboard. This will single up the middle for Walsh. And now here's Abigail Webster, the DP today for the Spartans. She'll take high for ball 1. 10-1 our score, 4 in the first, 6 in the third for Govs, and Morose. Nice game in the circle so far. Got the Spartans 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first after that 4 spot. See how she responds here after the Spartans got 1 in the second, and then Govs extend the lead to 9, 10-1. This will be a grounder. Oh, took a funny turn off the bat of Webster. They'll throw to second. The force would be off at that point once the first baseman, Guerin, touched the bag. So Walsh is going to get to second safely. They'd have to tag her at that point, but Webster is out 3 unassisted. Took a weird turn off the bat of Webster. I mean, I know you don't break aluminum bats in the way you break wooden bats, as that is going to get to the backstop, and up to third on a wild pitch goes Walsh, but Sounds like maybe there might be like a chunk of something broken about that bat after the way that ball turned off of Webster's bat down the first base line. The count is 2-0 to the leadoff hitter for LA, Glab, who struck out swinging her first time up. She pokes this one the other way, and that will be over the head of the left fielder, Newell. In to score is Walsh. On her way to second is Glab with a double. It's 10-2. Get him on, get him over, get him in, right? Can LA continue this rally? They need to avoid getting run ruled if Govs has another 4 or 6 run outburst left in him, or more. This will be grounded the other way, foul, and the count will be 1-1 to Abby Moran, who lined out to second her first time up. And it looked like a good piece of hitting, you know, staying back and trying to drive it the other way. It was just a line out to Calderera. Fouled off, and the count will be 1-2. Again, waiting on that one, and just, you know, if you're down big, you want to try and wear down the pitcher and try and, you know, force him to make a mistake or something. I don't know. Got a stoppage here. I think we're waiting for some more balls. That's the issue. Okay. All right. Runner at second, 1-2 count to Moran with CJ Yonley on deck. Another run home here for LA. 10-2. That's in the dirt. No advance by Glab over at second, and the count will even at 2. Second extra base hit of the game for LA. Glab's double bringing home Walsh. Full count. We'll have to put a crooked number up here. And I'll get a walk out of it at least. First and second. It's only one out here in the bottom of the third for the All-ISL selection from last year, CJ Yonley. Yonley takes ball one. Glab's at bat, and really the entire approach at the plate by LA markedly different from their turn at bat in the bottom of the first. A lot more patient, able to foul off, spoil some pitches, get some harder hit balls as a result. Still a ways to go to get even the tying run even into the on-deck circle, but Yonley can get a hold of one, cut it down to maybe 10-5. The wind is blowing out right now to center, to the outfield anyways. It is behind me right now. It's at my back. And will it be at the Spartans offense back? Full count to Yonley. Glab at second, Moran at first. One run already home, and that is ball four. So the base is loaded for the first time today for LA. One out. Second straight walk issued by Morose. And here's the cleanup hitter, Jenna Gagnon. Scored LA's first run last inning after leading off the bottom of the second with a double. And when we're talking about shifts, the outfield is massively shifted over to the left side for the right-handed hitting Gagnon. And that's low for ball one. It's also like you have two left fielders right now, and you have the right fielder, Roby, basically in center. That is exactly why, but it gets to the fence anyway. 2 runs are going to score, maybe a third. Here comes Yonley, the throw to the plate, not in time. Bases clearing triple for Jenna Gagnon, and it's 10-5. Here is Presley Boo, and she takes low, ball one. In the dirt, scrambling to get the ball is Delgazio, but she's able to get it before Gagnon can think about coming home. There's still only 1 out in the inning. 2-0, 4 runs already home for LA, and that's high, ball 3. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. And we might have another conference at the mound and have a pitching change is the question. 4 runs home. Still only 1 out. Got Gagnon at third, Boo at first after the walk. Amber Banks due up next, who drove in the first LA run. Her first time up with a ground out 1-3 that she almost beat out too for a base hit. So Morose, I mean, she's still up. Her team's still up 5, 10-5. Double plays in order. It kicks off the circle, and there's a comedy of errors with the ball going up the middle towards the second base bag. They don't get an out of it at all. A run scores, and it's 10-6. Oh, it looked like a tailor-made double play ball, but another funny bounce in the circle. Or tailor-made at least for an out. And now a swing and a miss by Julia Shields. 0-1. Gagnon scores. Shields now behind. 0-2. Now, I am not the official scorer. Banks is going to get an RBI out of it regardless. Don't know if that's going to be a hit or an error and just a fielder's choice or whatever, but Gagnon will get an RBI out of it. Banks will get an RBI out of it. Gagnon scores, but a swing and a miss by Shields as she goes down on strikes for the second time. And now the Spartans are back to where this inning started. Walsh singled and scored. Slaps this one to the other side. Third baseman's got it, and she'll win the race to third for the force. That retires the side, and Gov's able to weather the storm with a multi-run lead still intact. But 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left for LA. Through 3, we got a game again. It's 10-6. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for more information. So we'll go to the top of the fourth. A vastly different ball game than we had entering the bottom of the third. Six runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 2 left for LA. 10 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 4 left for Govs. We go to the top of the fourth, and it's going to be Delgazio, Levine, and Roby due up for Govs. Trying to get some of those runs back for a 5 spot in the bottom of the third for LA. This will be lined the other way into right field for a base hit, and then it kicks off of Hurley's glove, but no further advance by Delgazio. She is now 2 for 3. Leadoff single here in the top of the fourth for Govs. And now here is Levine, 1 for 1 with a walk and a double. 1 RBI on that double last inning. She's ahead now, 1-0. 10-6 our score in the top of the fourth. She swings and misses for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Two and 1 the count. Throw back to first, and it goes into right field, and on her way to third is Delgazio. In the dirt. An error there. I don't know if you should call the error on Yonley or Shields, but a swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. One down now for Roby, who tries to bunt her way on, or even try to squeeze, and it's fouled off for strike 1. Roby with a walk and an RBI in the first and a line out to third in the third. 10-6. Another run standing at third right now for Govs in the person of Delgazio. Is grounded to the right side. This will get the run home anyways. So Roby picks up her second ribby. Delgazio scores the G4. 2 down, base is empty, and fouled into the screen for strike 1 to Calderera. (11-6). Governors on top here in the top of the fourth. And have just hit the hour mark of this ball game, and it's a pretty good pace given the amount of scoring we've had. 0-2 the count now to Calderera. Hit by pitch and a walk so far. Reaches for that one. Fielded by Boo in the circle. Throw on to first for the out. That retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. Nobody left. And after 3.5, we are halfway home. 11-6. Govs on top of LA. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming or taping or announcing your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Rates start just $150. Also ask us about our services outside the world of sports and live events, including graphic and document design, pet sitting and walking, deliveries, errands, and more. samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more details. 55 degrees right now in Groton, Mass. Cloudy. Winds out of the east at 10 miles an hour, gusting to 19. And the humidity is at 61%. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. And it'll be Abby Webster to lead things off. And she grounds this one foul for strike one. Webster grounded out to first, her first time up last inning. Webster, Glab, and Moran due up here for the Spartans. Able to hold Govs to just one run in the top of the fourth. Put up another 5 spot. We got a tie game. I don't know. We'll see. Offense found their rhythm in the bottom of the third, but Moreau's able to get out of that with still a 4-run lead intact, even though they were up 9. 3-1 now to Webster. Everyone has reached at least once. Every starter has reached at least once for Govs. Everyone in the LA batting order has now reached at least once, except for Shields after Webster draws the walk to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Upstairs for ball one to the leadoff hitter in the LA lineup, Ava Glab. Doubled home run and scored last inning. And she'll lace this one up the middle for a base hit. Webster's on her way to third, and she'll get there sliding safely. Glab was ready to try to come in the back door to second base if they threw over there, but she holds it first. Runners at the corners. Nobody out to begin the bottom of the fourth. Here is Abby Moran. Upstairs for ball one. To see Glab's approach the last two at-bats, her last two at-bats after that swinging strikeout to begin the bottom of the first. I don't know, sometimes, sometimes a matter of, psychology is Glab's going to take second on the steal and almost had a chance for both runners to advance there. With a good stop by Govs to prevent it from going into the outfield. But now it's 3-0. And Moran, who walked and scored her last time, will take strike one. She still had 3-1. Walked and scored last time. Line out to second her first time up. Sometimes it's a matter of psychology or your mindset. You just, obviously, your team just fell behind 4-0 in the top half. And, sometimes you might want to be a hero there, but this came up empty. But you come to bat, in your second time, your team's already got 1 run back. And even after a 6 spot by Govs in the top half of that inning, runner in scoring position, and now you've got, and she strokes a double, gets an RBI, and then she comes around to score, and now here she is with a single and a stolen base. Now she's in scoring position again. Down and away for ball 4. The bases are loaded. And nobody out. As Moran reaches on a walk for the second time. And here is Yonley. Walked and scored last time up. Grounds this down the third baseline and foul for strike one. It's 11-6. The tying run is now in the on-deck circle for LA. Something I didn't think we'd be saying today. Certainly not after the top of the third. 1-1 the count. Even if LA doesn't end up winning this game, kudos to them for battling back to make it a game. This is into left field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another 2-run single for Yanli. Still, nobody out in the inning. The tying run comes to the plate in the person of Jenna Gagnon, who has a double and a bases clearing triple to her credit today. 3 ribbies, 2 runs scored. She grounds this one to the left side, fielded it short. They'll underhand to third for the force there. Moran is retired. Up to second goes Yanli. Gagnon reaches on a fielder's choice. An uncharacteristically quiet plate appearance there for Gagnon. So it's still first and second, but now 1 out. And here is Boo. She smacks this one the other way through for a base hit. Yanli is going to hold at third. Gagnon up to second. Bases reloaded. 1 out. 9th batter of the inning. 8th batter of the inning. Amber Banks takes ball 1. The go-ahead run at the plate now for LA. Grounder up the middle. It's through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. We got a 1-run game. Yanli and Gagnon score. What a comeback by LA. It's not done yet. They're still down 1, but they've got it to within 1. And this will be fouled off by Julia Shields. For strike 1, with Boo now at third. Down the right field line, but that'll slice foul, and the count will be 0-2. Amber Banks with a 2-run single. She's now got 4 ribbies. Shields trying to reach for the first time. Down and in for ball 1. And again, still only 1 out in the inning. Little blooper over to the right side. It's caught in foul territory by the first baseman Gagnon, Guerin rather, for out number 2. Runner still at first and third, and now Grace Walsh. Into right field, and it is a diving catch in right field by Roby to keep the lead intact. Wow. Are you kidding me? Katie Roby almost had a similar catch in foul territory earlier. That dropped for a foul ball, but that a catch by Roby on that dying quail of a liner keeps Govs in the lead. The side is retired. Four runs in the inning for LA, but they leave the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at first, thanks to a web gem of web gems for Roby and right. 11-10 Govs through 4. Are you not entertained? The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our exclusive collection of merchandise, including the LSP hoodie, the Never Concede collection, and some stuff with my dog, Tina the Longarina, on it. Trying to bunt her way on. To start the top of the fifth is Addie J, and she is behind 0-1. This game just has every twist and turn you would want from your favorite movie or TV show. Grounder back to the pitcher. 1 down. So Jay is retired. Here is Sadie Guerin, who fouls that one off for strike one. Had the catch behind first base in foul territory for the second out. She's walked, struck out looking, doubled, drove home 2 runs, and scored 2 runs. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Presley Boo. Second time Guerin's gone down on strikes. Here is Angie Morose. Grounder to the right side and through for a base hit all the way to the fence. Morose is going to pull into second with another double. Another double overall for Govs, that is. That's Morose's first double. And here comes Johnson to pinch run for her. Dom Newell singled her last time up. Drove home Johnson in the process and fouls that one off for strike one. Grounder up the middle, cut off by Gagnon, throws on to first, off target. Johnson comes home to score. LA unable to get out of the inning unscathed. Govs extends the lead to 12-10. It's an E6, should have been, if it was on target, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten Newell there. So no RBI for Newell that as Johnson scores. Grounder to the left side, chance of redemption for Gagnon. That one's on target, and they got her with the stretch at first by Shields. And Delay is retired, but Delgazio, who was on deck, was hoping for an appeal, but I don't think she or Govs are going to get it. And so yeah, that's going to be the end of the top of the fifth. Things moving quickly here. Govs gets 1 run back, up 12-10, but see what happened when they were up 4 or 9 or 5 or 6 or whatever. What does the bottom of the fifth have in store for us? Find out in just a little bit. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, Ko-Fi, LSP 37. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th. They're Grace Walsh's F9, maybe with a possible game-saving play by Roby in right. Webster to lead things off, 9-1-2 here in the bottom of the 5th as Webster takes strike 1. Walked and scored last inning. She chops this one foul, and the count will be 0-2. It's Webster, Glab, and Moran due up here. And it is still Morose out there. In the circle for Govs, and delivers low for ball 1. This game was 4-0 Govs after half an inning and 10-1 after 2.5. But 5 in the 3rd and 4 in the 4th by LA have allowed them to hang around. And if it weren't for strikeout here of Webster, 1 up, 1 down. If it weren't for the 1 run in each of the last 2 innings by Govs, we'd be looking at a tie game right now. One and 0 the count to Glab. Single and a double. 2 runs scored. Pops this one foul and out of play as the third baseman, Maggie DeLay, was going out of play and over towards the LA dugout there, and that would not count as an out, unfortunately, if you caught it back there. 1-1 the count to the LA leadoff hitter, Glab. Now we've seen success by both teams try to stay back and try to fight pitches off the other way, but she was a little too far behind that one. Swung and missed in the last one, but takes high for ball 2. 2-2 to Glab. Abby Moran on deck. At the top of the zone for strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the 5th by Morose. And now Moran, who's lined out to second, walked twice and scored once. She fouls that one off for strike 1. In the top of the 6th, Govs will send the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Delgazio, Levine, and Roby to the plate. She's going to try and butt her way on it. Drops in front of the pitcher, slows down in the dirt, and she's safe. Moran able to leg out that bunt single with 1 strike and 2 out. So here is C.J. Yonley representing the tying run. She grounds this one down the third base line, but it's a foul ball. 0-1. DeLay going for the diving stop. I think it might have nicked off her glove, but before it crossed the third base bag, so foul ball. Strike 2, 0-2 to Yonley. Popped up on the infield. In comes DeLay, and she's got it for the out that retires the side. Through 5, 12-10 Govs. LSP's next broadcast is Monday evening, May 1st, primetime high school baseball. Somerville taking on Medford, live from Tufts University. 6:55 p.m. is when we go live for 7 o'clock first pitch. Watch the game live and on demand on the LSP YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Wow, a rare inning with no runs. half inning with no runs anyways. We've had at least one run in every inning by one team or another. 4-0-6-1-1 across the board for Govs. 0-1-5-4-0 now for LA, and the full totals through 5 innings are for Govs 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 5 left, and for LA 10 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, and 5 left. Errors have contributed to enough runs for Govs to be the difference at this point, but LA has almost washed those completely out. Almost tied the game in the bottom of the 4th. It's now 12-10, and here is Joe Delgazio to lead off the top of the 6th for Govs, and she takes strike 1. 12-10. Govs on top in a game that was 4-0 after half an inning, and 10-1 after 2.5. Two and 1 the count to Delgazio, the catcher. 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, 1 ribby. Be a little nubber towards the circle. Boo fires on to first, 1 down. Alex Levine walked home a run. Did you walk home a run? No, she didn't. But walked in the first rather. Doubled home a run in the 3rd. Struck out swinging in the 4th. Hits this one into left field. Coming in and holding on, making the catch is Banks for out number 2. And all of a sudden, it's a pitcher's duel after, getting our first 21 runs in 4 innings. 1 run the last inning and a half. Trying to bunt her way on is Roby, and she comes up empty for strike 1. In the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the middle 3rd of the order, due up. For LA. This is into left center field, and that'll get down for a base hit, and then it gets away from Banks. On her way to second safely with a 2-out double is Roby. Gagnon, Boo, and Banks due up in the bottom of the 6th for LA as Calderera takes ball 1, hit by a pitch in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd, grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th. She fouls this one off. The count is 1-1. Roby keeping the inning alive with a 2-out double in scoring position, hoping to try to extend this lead again. And again, a Tantalus, it feels like, with Govs just able to keep LA just out of reach of tying or taking the lead. This bounces in front of the plate, down to 3rd, and getting there safely is Roby on the wild pitch. The count is 3-1. Calderera with a 3-1 count with Jay, the leadoff hitter, due up next. And Calderera reaches. First and third. 2 out. Jay going over to talk with head coach Scott Kingsbury. How to approach this at bat. Insurance run to say the least. Each of the last 2 runs Govs have scored. The one run they scored in the 4th. You still have the lead after that. Bottom of the 4th was complete, and this is going to be a stolen base for Calderera as Yonley hangs on to it. Not wanting to allow Roby to sneak in on a potential double steal. Second and third. 2 out, that's low. Jay Singleton scored in the first and grounded to a fielder's choice to end that frame. Reach on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd, and then grounded out to Boo on a comebacker leading off the 5th. That's in the dirt, and the bases are now loaded. I would not want to say this game is out of reach if Guerin would ranch one here. But having only 6 outs to play with if you're LA is a lot different than, 15 or 21 or whatever. 1-0 the count. This is ground to the left side. Gagnon's got it. We'll throw to third for the force. For the out that retires the side. And again, high drama, but not much offense in the end, and no offense at all, in fact. Nothing home after all that for Govs as they leave the bases loaded on 1 hit. No runs, no errors. 3 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And it's still only a 2-run game. Govs 12, LA 10. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on LSP content for as little as $25 a spot. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for more information. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Just your average, 10-1 potential run rule blowout that turns into a 12-10 nail biter going into the bottom of the 6th. Gagnon to lead things off. Take strike 1. Gagnon doubled and scored in the 2nd, had a 3-run triple in the 3rd. Reach on a fielder's choice in the 4th. It's Gagnon, Boo, and Banks, the middle third of the order, due up here for LA in the bottom of the 6th, down 12-10 in a game they had trailed 10-1 after 2.5. 1-2 is the count to Jetta Gagnon. She smacks this one into center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Gagnon's on her way to second. The relay will not be in time. Boy, that outfield shift does not matter. They shift her all the way to my left, our left as we are viewing this. And she's still able to split the defenders all the way up the middle to the fence. Tying run at the plate. This is down the left field line. Boo is going to drive home Gagnon. Boo's into second. They trade places. 12-11. Boo is now 2 for 3. Tying run now in scoring position. Here is Banks. And that's low for ball one. And up to third goes Boo. She's safe. Tying run now at third. The infielders come in. And we have time called. The base umpire's brushing off third here. 12. LA was within one back in the fourth with one out. Had the tying run at the plate, but couldn't bring her home. And Gov's able to extend it, but here it is, 12-11. Tying run now at third. Go-ahead run at the plate. 2-0 the count to Banks. 3-0. Still nobody out in the inning. Julia Shields on deck. Ball 4. Here comes Scott Kingsbury for a conference. And here comes Julia Shields. Enters this at bat 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a pop up to first. She has the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at first. An absolutely bonkers game. And it looks like we're going to have some defensive changes. So for Govs, we're going to have Katie Roby take over in the circle. She's going to pitch now. Figure out where Morose is going. But Katie Roby, who's come up with one big play in the field and has had some clutch at bats too. Now we'll have a chance to, now it's thrust into a save situation, but the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first. Getting your warm-up tosses in here. Is it a straight swap, right field for pitcher? Okay, so, all right, so Morose is now in right field. So, Roby now pitching and Morose now in right field. And that's in there for strike one. Strike one to Julia Shields. It's Roby and Morose swap defensively. And Roby with the 0-1. Tries to bluff the bunt. Throw down to second is offline. And back to third goes Boo as Banks picks up the steal. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position on a 1-1 count. That's low. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two to Shields with Walsh on deck. Up and away. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Massive strikeout there for Roby, taking over in the circle. 1 down. Still runs at second, third. Here's Walsh. And Shields is now 0 for 4. Walsh comes up empty, but the ball goes to the backstop, and this game is tied. Wild pitch. Boo scores. Banks up to third. 0-1 the count. Into left field. It's a basket catch, tagging from third. Here comes the runner. Safe. It's a sac fly. LA leads. They have come all the way back from 10-1 down, the Spartans have. Sac fly for Grace Walsh. And it was nearly bobbled too in left field, but no, she was able to secure it. 2 outs. Here's Webster, and she comes up empty for strike 1. So Walsh remains 1 for 3. Webster fouls this one off. 0-2 in the top of the 7th as LA leads for the first time today. Govs is going to have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters up. Morose, Newell, and DeLay fouled off. 3 runs in here in the bottom of the 6th for LA to take their first lead of the game, down 10-1 after 2.5. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The side is retired, but LA takes the lead. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the top of the 7th, and it's closing time for the Spartans. 13-12 on top of Govs. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming, taping, or announcing your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Rates start just $150. Also ask us about our services outside the world of sports and live events, including graphic and document design, pet sitting and walking, deliveries, errands, and others. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. So we go to the top of the 7th, and Presley Boo back out there to finish what she started. This is unreal to me. I understand, maybe maybe high school softball, prep school softball you might be more apt to see this, but I mean, both teams seeking their first win of the season, and Hearts of Lions so far by LA to erase a 10-1 deficit after 2.5. And now here they are, 3 outs away from victory. But it's the heart of the order due up here. For Govs, as Morose takes strike 1. 3 for 4 so far as Morose. She comes up empty, 0-2. 2 singles, a double. Hasn't had an RBI yet, though. And she comes up empty for strike 3. All the runs scored in her spot in the order were scored by her pinch runner, Kat Johnson. But Morose goes down swinging for the second time. 1 down here for Dom Newell. 1 for 4. Reach on an error. Last time up, pops it up over to the right side. Snow cone catch by Shields. Out number 2. She had the second baseman Walsh behind her. Then Gagnon was coming over towards her. Gagnon could have made a basket catch there to save the play. I don't know if it came to that. And now here's a grounder to the right side. Shields got it. She will slide over to first. She got it, and LA completes their comeback. Wow. What an incredible game. 13-12 your final. 1 hour and 42 minutes the game time for a 7-inning game that with 25 runs. And no pitch clock needed. The winning pitcher is Presley Boo. The losing pitcher is Angie Morose. The final totals after the first 1-2-3 inning of the game. The second 1-2-3 inning of the game for Presley Boo. The final totals for LA: 13 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left. And for Govs, 12 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 8 left. What do you give player of the game to? I mean, number of candidates, obviously. Presley Boo, really hunkering down after giving up 10 runs for the first 3 innings, and helped herself at the plate too. At a walk, a single, a double that brought home Gagnon, scored the tying run in the bottom of the 6th. Gagnon herself, 2 doubles and a triple, 4 runs scored, and 3 ribbies. They got Amber Banks 2 for 3 she ended up scoring the game-winning run, and also had 4 ribbies of her own, driving in Gagnon 3 times, in fact. CJ Yonley with a couple of ribbies, too. Just a phenomenal performance up and down the lineup by LA as they pick up their first win of the season and go to 1-2, and Govs remains winless at 0-5. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone, for over a decade. Copyright 2023. Unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder that our next broadcast is Monday evening, May 1st, 6:55 p.m., when the Medford Mustangs take on the Somerville Highlanders in MIAA baseball action from Tufts University. Watch the game live and on demand here on the LSP YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to along with supporting us on the web at Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, CreatorSpring, Ko-Fi, LSP37. And if you'd like to order a DVD or digital copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or order some from our merch closet, it's lsp37.creator-spring.com for merch, and samfeelypbp@gmail.com for videos and DVDs, which you can also reach me at to hire me to work your next event or buy ads on this or other future broadcasts. It's been a wild game. I apologize, folks, but it's fun, right? Once again, the final score from Spalding Stearns Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. It is the Lawrence Academy Spartans 13 and Governors 12. For the man with the hedge clippers, Kevin Potter, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Fresh for 2023, suckers.